Aural Retentive here. I got a lot of light going on now. So I haven't made an actual regular video in 2018 yet, I don't think. I think I recorded one and I lost it. I think I deleted it off the memory card before I posted it, so I dug out the records that I probably showed during that batch, so I'm trying to do it again. Yeah, I haven't done a video for a while. I did kind of went full bore on the Aural Retentive Hipgnosis theater stuff, and you know, I didn't love it after I was done, and then I felt unhappy with the two that I did, and I'm just probably not going to do that anymore. If there's particular albums somebody wants to see something of, they can let me know, and I will maybe do that. But I think that started becoming more work than fun, so I'm just going to let that go. So I've got a ton of stuff to show, different stuff. But I think I'll start with, I don't know if it's going to show in the video here, but there's some kind of squiggle or something going on here. It may not show in this kind of lighting and environment, but this camera that I use to do my videos, I take with me to shows. It's a Nikon Coolpix, so it's really, well, there, it's really small and thin, so it makes excellent take to concert type of camera, right? I have taken my, you know, big 35mm when I can get it in. If I'm certain places will let you bring it in, some places won't. So this one I just put it in my pocket, and no one ever tries to take it away. They're like, oh, okay. Or I hold it like with my cell phone that's what I did when I went into Manson. I was like, I don't know if cameras are allowed or not, but I took out my cell phone and then I just laid it on top of my cell phone and held it out in my hand like this when they were scanning me with the wand. I'm like, it's right here if they want to stop me, but they didn't. So Manson, I'd wanted to see Manson for a long time. I saw him open for 9 Inch Nails in the early 90s, and it was fantastic, and I have really enjoyed the interesting trajectory, you could say, of Manson's career. You could say that he's on the decline right now, but his last album, Heaven Upside Down, I really like it, and I've really liked the albums, couple albums before that too. So I mean, like, I like him as much now and his new stuff as I did back in the day. He had come to Milwaukee, which is about an hour and a half drive from here, a couple times, and I just never took the opportunity. And then turned out he was coming to Madison, which is, you know, like 15-minute drive from me. And I'm like, well, that I can do. So I went to see him at the Orpheum Theater in Madison. So the show was, it's hard to describe. I don't want to say it was bad, because there were moments in it when it was just fantastic, and he was just nailing it, and, you know, doing some of the new material, and it was great. But at some point I don't know, he seemed tired or too stoned or whatever, I don't know. And, you know, at one point he stopped a song and he like yelled at the crowd because they weren't into it enough, and then he had, you know, people coming on stage dressed as doctors with masks on, and they were giving him drinks of, you know, like a plastic cup full of something, and yeah, that happened like 3 or 4 times, and he just kind of steadily went downhill. And he did went off stage for a while, came back out to what I assumed was the encore, did one song, and then left the stage and never came back. So, you know, it was like 20 minutes shorter than it probably should have been, and one song encore, and I don't know, just I'm hoping that it was just an off night. I'm sorry that it happened to be on the night that I spent $60 for a ticket, but you know, sort of whatever. But so when I got back from the show the next day, I was looking at my pictures, and I noticed on this, I was kind of cycling through them in order, right? And it got to this one picture, and I'm like, what the hell is that? It looked like he had a tail. I'll put the picture here. I'm like, what is that? And as I went through the rest of the pictures, they all had it. And as I zoomed in and out, you know, you could tell that it was there. And it's either something on the lens or inside the camera. And I've tried to use an air duster and blow in there and clean out the lens, and it's still there. So I think the camera's just screwed. This is the camera that I used to take into shows. It's the same one I used to record my videos. So it's kind of a bummer, but I will probably end up getting another one. I'm going to see Buckethead March 23rd, and I definitely need a new camera, or this camera fixed by that time, because, oh man. As stoked as I was to see Manson, because it's been a long time, I am super stoked to see Buckethead. I'm going with my friend Josh from work, and I asked him to go last time, and he didn't go, and then all of a sudden he's now been listening to a lot of Buckethead, and I saw he was coming back, and I'm like, hey, do you want to go? And he's like, yes. So we're going to Buckethead. So there you go. So I haven't been down here to make a video for a while because I kind of felt bummed that I didn't feel like continuing with my Hipgnosis theater stuff. And I lost the one video that I made, and I had to redo stuff, and I just was like soured on it for a bit. So, but now I'm back. So let's begin. So record related, but not a record. I bought Studebaker. So this is, you know, record cleaning. This one in particular is a little different than the Spin Clean. I think it's Spin Clean, which is what I was going to get. This is the Studebaker. So this was like $35, where the Spin Clean thing is like, let's say it's like $70. This one you don't fill up with juice. It comes with these pads that you stick down in here, so you apply the Clean All juice to the pads, and then you stick the pads down the side, and then you put the record in. So I thought I wanted to try it, and I purchased a Frank Zappa and the Mothers album for 99 cents, and it was a mess. It was, first of all, it looked like it had been laying on somebody's turntable for a few years and was like super dusty. And I used like my brush like I normally do just to clean it off, and then I tried to play it, and it was like pop, you know, Nita was jumping and it was all crackly and stuff. And so I'm like, well, that sounds like a good candidate to try the Studebaker, right? So I put it in there and I cleaned it up, dried it off, and I put it on the turntable, and I mean, it was still kind of scratchy because it's just old and been, you know, played at parties or whatever, right? But no skips, and the dust was all off and everything. I'm like, sweet. So then I went after this. This was a 99-cent Rolling Stones Sticky Fingers album. Oh, sorry, Some Girls. And it was largely unplayable. And I cleaned it, and I played side one, and it was fantastic. Like, no skips, hardly any pops or anything like that. It was great. Then I got to side two, and there was like something stuck basically in the plastic. And I cleaned it again with the Studebaker, and it was like something physically in the, you know, in the vinyl itself, like a abnormality or something, right? And wasn't able to clean it off. So, like, what do you do with something like this? I'm like, it's bad, and it's only on one song in the whole album, though. I mean, I have Some Girls, a copy of Some Girls, and this was 99 cents. But do I toss it? Do I keep it and put a post-it note on it that says, you know, don't forget this one track skips? Or I don't know what to do with it. What do people do with things that have a defect, I guess you could say. because I'm inclined to keep it, but I want to say maybe I'm nuts to keep this. I don't know. What would other people do? So there's a question for you. All right. Let's see. Nina Simone. This was a early Valentine's Day present from my wife. We love Nina Simone, and this is a good one. I learned about Nina Simone through the movie. Oh, I'm gonna totally blank on it now. It was a Bridget Fonda movie where she, she was like some criminal, and they took her out the streets and turned her into an assassin. It was it No Way Out? I can't remember now. I'll have to look it up. But in the movie, she loves Nina Simone. So in her like quote retraining cell or whatever, she constantly plays Nina Simone, and I was like, oh, I really like that. And so I investigated, and I'm like, yeah, I like Nina Simone. And then I made some CDs for my wife of Nina Simone, and she loved it, and so it's kind of one of my things. So she picked me up that, and she picked me up this t-shirt. Ooh, if I can get it in the picture. It's the turntable and the patent drawings of a particular turntable. So that was awesome. What else? I ordered a package of Hipgnosis covers. I had sold another vinyl portrait, so I sunk my mind into some Hipgnosis stuff, because I'm still collecting the Hipgnosis. I'm just not going to make the videos unless requested. And so I picked up some Hipgnosis stuff. This is, I haven't listened to any of these yet. This is Hank Marvin and John Farrar. I don't know what you call this. It's like dithered. I don't know. So I have no idea what this sounds like. So I have a little pile of Hipgnosis records that I need to listen to. This is from 1973. No idea. And then I picked up Renaissance. So I've got a couple other Renaissance albums in there. They're okay. But this one is constantly on my Discogs list. Like, there are 1.5 billion people selling this album, so got it for like $1.50 or something. Which makes me worry that it's not going to be much good, but it is on the list. So this is Renaissance, A Song for All Seasons. Picture of the guy in the back, and he's wearing a Prokofiev Rules t-shirt. That's kind of funny. Prokofiev is a classical composer. And I picked up another Brand X. This is Unorthodox Behavior. This is Brand X is kind of rocky, kind of jazzy. I've got a couple other ones, but this is at least where Phil Collins came from. He might have done stuff before this too, but he was in, I believe, Brand X before he became part of Genesis. So, Brand X. And somehow I managed to order 2 copies of this album, which is probably unfortunate because it's kind of ragtime, I think. So it's Katya and Marielle Lebec performing on 2 pianos, compositions by Scott Joplin, Gershwin. Yeah, so this is probably not going to be right up my alley, but yep, we'll see. It's got like Honky Tonk, The Entertainer, Carolina Shout, Maple Leaf Rag, Stomp Time. It was produced by John McLaughlin, so that's of note, I guess. So if anybody has been desperately seeking Katya and Marielle Lebec please let me know. I have a copy for you. Alright. Now we go to just some purchases, kind of random purchases. But those are, okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 Hipgnosis. And then one more here. I picked up David Gilmour's About Face. I think most people are familiar with this one. I don't know about this picture on the back, man. There's some better pictures inside. I have heard this several times on Spotify, and it's good stuff, solid. You know, nothing that is gonna eclipse Pink Floyd in my opinion, but good stuff nonetheless. Can we get the track list in there? All right. And for 99 cents, I picked up this Peter Gabriel. I've got the other 3 are Hipgnosis covers that I need to pick up. You know, the scratch one, the face melt one, which I already have, and then the one where he's like looking at the windshield of his car. And this is what I believe is his 4th album. And this has Shock the Monkey, I Have the Touch. You know, this is good stuff. Not a Hipgnosis cover, just good stuff. And I picked up Steely Dan. I'm a sucker for Steely Dan. I didn't have this one for 99 cents. I'm like, wow. And this place that I go to, I'm not really sure why sometimes they put stuff in the dollar bin, but, you know, I'm glad they do. Thank you. Strictly Discs, thank you. Because this is a great album, and it's in good shape, and it's 99 cents. Can't beat it. So then, one day I turned in, what did I take in? Oh, one of the first things I did at the beginning of the year was go through all my books. And I had a big, like, laundry basket full of books that I wasn't going to be, I'd either read them already and they were just sitting around taking up space or whatever. So I decided to get rid of them. I took them in and I got like 27 bucks. So I'm like, well, I'll buy some records. So I picked up this one, Nazareth Hair of the Dog. This is a Hipgnosis cover. This was $4.99. I didn't really, so this is art by someone else, so I was confused on why this was a Hipgnosis cover, but they, because it says sleeve illustration by Dave Rowe. Yeah, so I was like, okay, well, I guess this isn't, but I look up, it's in the book. They said this is, you know, like they did, there's nothing there. They, you know, like the concept was theirs or something. So it's in the book. Anyway, this is a good album. This is the one that I was like, okay, this is, if I had gotten this back in the day, instead of picking up that Fool's Circle, which was their reggae styled album that I didn't like at all. If I had picked this up instead, I would have been a huge Nazareth fan, you know, to this day, right? But it was actually been through getting Hipgnosis albums that I realized that I like Nazareth, at least old Nazareth, right? And this album is fantastic. So then in what was, let's call it, I'm not going to say a mistake, but I probably shouldn't have bought this, but they had a Prince album there too for 25 bucks. Which I'm, you know, it's like probably way overpaid, but I love this album and I didn't have it on vinyl. And so I bought it. And I made the crucial mistake of not pulling the record out and looking at it. And there is just a hella chunk of something in the vinyl. And I used the record cleaner and cleaned this like 5 times. And it's not taking it out. So it actually doesn't, believe it or not, it doesn't skip, but you know, and it's right during the transit. It's at the end of Mountain and in the beginning of Do You Lie, which kind of freaking ruins the whole thing, right? But the other side is the one that I prefer, so whatever. I'm stuck with it. I'm not going to try to take it back and be like, oh, look at this. Maybe I should, but I don't have the receipt anymore. So yeah, buyer beware. So that's on me. It's kind of like when I bought that Blade Runner soundtrack that was like symphony version of not, you know, it wasn't the real thing. That sucked. And last but not least, I got this month's Vinyl Me Please. Now, typically, I'll go out and listen to what I'm going to be getting. And this one, they had like a little snippet. And I listened to the snippet, and it seemed like some world music-ish. And I'm like, looked at the comments, and there were some people like, oh, fantastic. And other people said, total ass, you know. So I have no idea actually what this is, but I wanted to check it out. Okay. So this is what it is. Make sure I get all this stuff in. Oh, another secret 7-inch. So this is Aural Retentive, My Worries. I have a feeling I'm going to really dig this. I have been, here's the track list. I have been revisiting, I think I have talked, maybe not on video. I sometimes get confused on what I put on my video and have written in my blog, but if you go out to a website called Voodoo Funk, there's a lot of African jazz and rock, and I've been really getting into that, and Afro jazz and Afro funk on Spotify. Find some of those playlists, and they're super good. So I don't know if this is from, looks like this might be from Ethiopia. Yeah, modern Ethiopian music. So this, I'm kind of excited about this. I mean, you know, that kind of music is not for everybody. And I see my battery's running out, so I'm trying to rush this through. Oh man, I hate that. I have to replace that. What's on this? Oh, it's like a maroon, kind of swirled. That's pretty. I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh, there's a whole booklet in here. Oh, cool. A lot of history. I'll have to read that. And we have another secret 7-inch. Not doing a needle drop on this one. So this is the first compilation. This is allow you this information here. First compilation of singles released by oppressed and wholly original Ethio groove musician Aural Retentive. Cool. So I'll have to do. Maybe I'll start my next video with a review of this. So I kind of look back on my videos, and I guess one of the things that I've kind of critiqued myself on was that I show my purchases and stuff, but usually I'm showing them when I haven't listened to them yet, and so I don't really have much to comment on them. I saw Baraka P. Dub kind of say the same thing, that, you know, when he gets VCLT, he likes to, you know, give it a listen before he does the, you know, the video, right? Or does the video, unboxing video, and then comes back with a review. Which is kind of what I want to do. which is kind of what I was going for with the Aural Retentive, the Hipgnosis Theater stuff. It's like actually, doing a review of the album instead of just saying, hey, I got this, I'm not likely to stop doing, hey, I got this videos. But in conjunction with those, I'd like to come back and do, hey, I listened to this, it's fantastic, check out this track or whatever, something a little more valuable, I guess. So I'm kind of working towards making fewer videos, but making more poignant videos, I guess you could say. And I think that's it. So we got concert, camera's messed up, we got record cleaner, some purchases, finally please, Valentine's stuff. Man, that was a lot. So I just want to say hi to everyone. And yeah, get back to what would you do? 99-cent Some Girls Rolling Stone, skipping it. What do you do with stuff like this? You write post-it note in here, skip and track whatever and put it on the shelf, or do you just get rid of it and say, I'm never going to listen to that side because it's got a huge skip in it and why bother keeping it? What do you do? So I think that's it. So thanks for everybody for sticking with me, and I will talk to you all later.